then we will invite up Lauren Sastre from the Department of Nutrition. The title of Lauren's research is Let's Talk Food, an exploration of the dietary perceptions, behaviors, and interests of newly arrived immigrant and refugee youth.
The United States is becoming more and more diverse. It is estimated by 2050, for the first time, whites will be in the minority. For many newcomers who come to the United States, they experience vulnerabilities common to minority groups already here. This includes things like food insecurity, lack of access to quality food, or simply not enough food at all. Lack of access to health care, but a higher burden of chronic conditions and disease. In addition, there are less financial and economic resources. Cultural and language barriers further exaggerate all of these risks. Newcomer youth come in with their own set of concerns. For example, refugee youth may have lived their entire life in a camp setting, and whether that camp was in Africa or Southeast Asia, often they relied completely on rationed food. This often leads to iron deficiencies, protein deficiencies, lack of total energy. There's also often lack of health care access and limited educational opportunities. Once newcomer youth arrive here, whether they are coming from a camp in Southeast Asia or Africa, or they're a Hispanic immigrant, dietary acculturation is extremely rapid. And unfortunately, they're not trading the fruits and vegetables they used to eat for our fruits and vegetables, but for Coca-Cola and McDonald's and our chips and our cookies. So you can see that these poor dietary choices, in combination with the vulnerability of the household, can lead to very poor health outcomes long term. Despite these disparities, there has been limited research with these groups, and part of the difficulty is access. They're hard to access. Imagine you don't just have to have a translator or an interpreter for English to Spanish, but from English to Swahili or Arabic or Burmese. So my research is to partner with a local school for newcomer students. My goal is to examine the behaviors, the interests, the knowledge, the perceptions, the changes of these students with regards to health and nutrition. Specifically, I am going to be doing a focus groups and survey per major language group. Most of these students are middle school students, Hispanic immigrants, or refugees from the Middle East, Africa, or Southeast Asia. The questions that I will be asking include things like, what was the first food you tried? Do you believe it was healthy? Are you exercising more now or less than when you first got here? What would motivate you to exercise more? How do you define health? Do you think how active you are plays a role in your health? Do you think what you eat plays a role in your health? Because the more we understand the changes they've experienced, what would motivate them to make healthier choices, why they're eating certain foods, what their perceptions are, the better we can develop culturally appropriate, relevant, targeted resources. And I'm really excited that I have the opportunity to follow up, actually, my dissertation research with a second project to develop these resources.